Sagittarius Ascendants, this video is for you, which means if you have the number 9 in your first house, or if your moon is in Sagittarius, or if you have a conjunction of 3 or more planets in the sign of Sagittarius, you can still watch this video, which means if you have a very strong Sagittarius energy in your charts. The impact of what I'm going to say will be more if you're running through Jupiter Mahadasha, Saturn Mahadasha, and the Antardasha of Jupiter or Saturn. If you have planets in Pisces from 0 to 8 degrees, especially in the nakshatras of Uttar Bhadrapada or Purva Bhadrapada, the impact is going to be more. And if you're running through Mahadashas of those planets that are sitting from 0 to 8 degrees in Pisces, you will definitely feel the impact depending on which planet is sitting there. The impact is going to be different for different people. The impact will be more for people who are between the age of 28 to 30. It is your Saturn return time, which means your natal Saturn could be in Pisces or Aquarius. So Saturn return. People who are around 35 to 36, 35, 36 years old. It's the Saturn maturity age, and Saturn is going retrograde at this time. So it could be a turning point in your career, in your lives. Also, people who are around 58 to 60 years old, it's your second Saturn return. The impact is going to be a lot more for the ages that I have mentioned. Alright? So let's see what Saturn retrograde is going to do in the next 138 days. I'm going to divide this video into 3 parts. The first part is going to be about your career, your finances, your wealth. Second part is going to be about your relationship. And the third part is going to be about your health. Okay? But before that, let's understand what is retrograde. When a planet goes retrograde, what does it do? So, the planets are orbiting around the sun. Retrograde planets, what happens is they stop and they go backwards, they move backwards, then again stop, and then again go directional. So this phenomena is called retrograde, a retrograde planet. But does it really happen in reality? The answer is no. It is not an astronomical phenomena, which means the planets don't really stop from their orbit and start going the opposite direction. All right? It's an illusion. It's an optical illusion. Why? Because we are viewing the sky from Earth. We are looking at all the planets because Earth is our center and we are the viewers. Okay, we are looking at Saturn, we are looking at Sun, we are looking at all the constellations. Okay, so let me try to explain this better with the help of this mango and this apple. Okay, so let's consider this is Saturn and this is Earth, right? Fruits for your karma, right? Okay, so and Earth is going around in its orbit. Okay, I'm not moving Saturn because Saturn is very slow, right? By the time Earth does it 29 times, that is when Saturn finishes 1. It's very, very slow moving, very, very far away, right? So don't think that they are so close to each other, all right? So retrograde is when Earth is doing its rounds around the sun and then it comes here very close to Saturn and then overtakes Saturn in the orbit. So on July 13th, this is the position. They are in the straight line. Okay? And then it overtakes. It overtakes in the coming months, which means August, September, October, and then eventually goes really far away. Okay? So while it's overtaking, it appears that Saturn is moving backwards, but in reality Saturn is still slow and steady and going at its own pace. Okay? Just like the illusion when you're sitting on a train and you're looking outside a window and your train is going really fast and you see the platform or you see another train on the other track, it appears that it's moving backwards, but it may be stationary or maybe going a lot slower than you. All right, so it's nothing but optical illusion. Now, is the impact there or not? Answer is yes, because it's so close to the Earth. It's the closest point a planet comes to Earth. Okay, it is considered that the impact is 3 times more of that particular planet, whichever planet goes retrograde. Even if Mercury goes retrograde, it's just the other way around, because Mercury is closer to the Sun. Mercury is overtaking Earth. All right. Right. Hopefully you understood what is retrograde, because wherever Saturn sits in your chart, it is going to show impact from there. It's going to vibrate from there, especially on where Capricorn is in your chart, which is your second house, one of your main money houses, and then the third house where Aquarius sits. All right, these 2 houses will become extremely important. All right, and where is Saturn? Let's look at your career. So there could be a change of career, there could be some kind of a turmoil in your career, especially if you have if your Mercury is not very well placed. Okay, because Saturn is looking at your 10th house and it's going retrograde. Okay, so be very calm. There could be some kind of a conflict at work. There could be a change of role. There could be a change of, you could see an organizational change. And for some people, there could be a relocation. All right, you could get a new, you have to go somewhere else, moving cities, change of home because of your profession. All right, so all this can happen. Totally depends on how your 4th house is and where your Saturn is placed and where your Jupiter is placed in your natal chart. The results will be different. Whether it's a promotion or you will lose your job, we'll have to look at your charts for that. All right, but there will be some kind of a change for sure. There could be change. There could be some kind of a change about your home as well, because Saturn is in your 4th house and it's going retrograde in your 4th house. Okay, this could trigger something related to property as well. Either gain of property, either you will consider buying a new vehicle, or moving into a different house, or buying your own property, or selling your own property. Be very careful, especially when Saturn is retrograde, so that you are very slow and you are not taking decisions in a haste. Check everything properly, especially if you have malefics already in your 4th house. Like I said in the beginning, if you have planets in Pisces, you need to be very careful, especially 0 to 8 degrees in Pisces. All right. Now on the negatives, people can have turmoil at home and they could lose their jobs, and then they might have to go live with a friend or live with someone from their family. There is pending karma for their family. Capricorn sits in the 2nd house. There is pending karma for your money as well, savings. So it may increase savings for some people, and for those who are going through turmoil, they might have to break their savings and now sustain themselves because they don't have a job. All right. Now, a lot of Sagittarius may also look at starting their own business, especially because of Rahu's placement in Aquarius. And if you're doing anything to do with education, anything to do with numbers, anything to do with analysis, anything to do with data, anything to do with social media, public speaking, education, even healthcare, you may do really well. All right, but it will start slowly. There could be a lot of delay. Now, the people who are trying to sell their vehicles, buy vehicles, or anything to do with land, property, there could be some kind of a pending karma with your mother. You need to look after your mother's health also. All right. There could be a lot of delay. Basically, don't expect things to happen like this. Okay, this is Saturn, like I was showing you with the mango and the apple, right? So if you're 29 years old, if you were born in Saturn, you will be only 1 year old, right? Because that's how long Saturn takes to come back to its own sign. So the next time Saturn comes to Pisces will be 29 years from now. Okay. It's a karmic planet, so pending karma towards your home, your land. Some people may feel extremely patriotic, especially the ones who have Mars in their 1st house. So let me know. Suddenly, there could be activists. You could feel like, yes, I need to do something. I need to write something about my country. I need to be an activist. I need to do something for my country. All this can be seen. All right. If you do, it's very good, but make sure that you are very mindful in how you approach it, because right now the world is in a lot of political turmoil, right? Anything that you said, anything that you say, and if people can get offended by it, so be very careful. From the relationship point of view, I believe it's good with Jupiter's. Your Lagna Lord is in the 7th house, so I think a lot of Sagittarius have met someone new, the ones that were single, the ones that are already in a relationship. I'm saying all this hoping your Mercury and your 7th house is well placed. If not, could have caused a breakup as well. All right, but there is some action definitely to do with other people and relationships, and I see more good than bad. It could also trigger a business partnership. All right, it could be a business partnership with your spouse as well. You can consider it. From the money making point of view, I see this as good, but we have to analyze your chart. All right, so if your Saturn and Jupiter are well placed, this transit could give you lots of money. Gain of vehicles and gain of property, like I said, is seen from there. All right, business partnership and expansion in knowledge, especially the ones who are into the education related industry, is seen from there. Great time to learn new things. Jupiter is looking right back at you. Saturn is looking right at you. Ketu is looking right at you on Sagittarius Lagna. So there's a lot of focus on your Lagna. It's a great time to exercise and expand your knowledge, Sagittarians. All right. You may have great interest in occult and research as well during this time. So try to get that online course, or if you just want to travel to learn, this is a fantastic time to do that. To evolve spiritually as a human being. Start meditating, do yoga, do physical activity. Avoid arguments with your spouse. All right. You can have a very argumentative nature. So this particular, especially during this time, it can cause turmoil at home, because Saturn is transiting in your 4th house. 4th house is where you live, your home, your peace of mind. Right. From the health point of view, look after your shoulder and your chest area, and also your stomach, especially, or your belly button area under the belly button. Be very careful. Also, some loans can be sanctioned. People could take some new loans as well during this time. So, but there could be a delay. Okay. So delay. Saturn can cause delay in everything. Right. There's a time when Saturn gives all these sanctions. So don't be disheartened. Overall, I see more good than bad. So let me know in the comments if you have any experiences to share. If you want to learn Vedic astrology, my information is right here. It's a 3-month course for beginners starting on July 27th every Sunday. All right. If you like this video, hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. If you need a consultation, my information is right here. That's all I have for you. I will talk to you soon. Look after yourself. Bye-bye.